What's up, everybody? This is the Russian Fazbear, and today we have a polished brass 52-inch Fasco World's Fair ceiling fan. This ceiling fan came to be through a series of parts. The motor came to me in new old stock form from Daniel G. And then the blades, badges, brackets, those came to me from Patrick N. And then I was able to scrape together the screws and bushings, and it became a whole fan. I'm very pleased with how it looks, because the motor was new old stock, the polished brass was able to stay, true to its form and look polished brassy, as sometimes Fasco's polished brass can fade into more of a nickel chrome color. But thankfully this one still looks like polished brass. And the Vari-Low does work, which is good. And also, the flywheel, it does still have its original rubber flywheel, and knock on wood, it is seemingly okay. It's sturdy enough as to where the blades do still have the upward pitch to them that Fasco is known for. And it does have a fair amount of flexibility to it. Not a lot, but it does have a little. So as far as I can tell, the flywheel is sturdy and in good shape, and best of all, intact. So, and considering that it, sat in a box for 30-ish years, it's pretty amazing that it held out. Anyways, so with that, we'll go ahead and ignite power. We'll start off as slow as the fan can go on the Vari-Low setting. As per Fasco's Vari-Low, the first pull is the absolute high speed, and then the second pull is the variable speed, which ranges from a low speed all the way up to a medium high. And the main gimmick with the Fasco World's Fair was that it was Fasco's six-bladed ceiling fan, because six-bladed ceiling fans were a thing that some people had interest in, as that was the main gimmick of Homestead's entire brand for a while. And Fasco also tried their hand in the six-bladed fan market by creating the World's Fair, which, catered to the idea of those who wanted a six-bladed fan. And this fan was available in large and small sizes, the large size being what you see here, 52 inches, and the small size was, I think, 36 or 38 inches. And because this fan was new old stock, or at least the motor was, the bearings were, and still are, pretty stiff. When I first pulled the fan out of its packaging, the flywheel barely moved. Turn it up a little bit. Yeah, when I first pulled it out of the packaging, the flywheel barely moved. However, once I installed it and got it running, it was able to loosen itself up. However, it does still make a fair amount of bearing noise. And I'll probably put some oil and WD-40 in there later to see if that'll help quiet that up. There, I'm going to actually speed it up now, because it is a thing with Fasco's Vari-Low that the variable speed control can be a little bit finicky, as you have to turn it just where you want it if you want to get a speed increase or a jump in the speed of any kind. So I'm not sure if you can hear the noise of the bearings. It's not the loudest, but it is still an audible noise. And you do get a little bit of a wobble as well. I do have this thing mounted, not with the ball and socket, which is what it came with. I haven't mounted a double claw hook style, as that was easiest for this testing spot. We'll turn it up a little more. That's probably almost as fast as it gets on the Vari-Low. It's blowing good air. Yeah, the sound of the bearings on this one almost sounds like a train chugging along the tracks. And that's as fast as it gets on the Vari-Low setting. Which is still pretty fast. It's like a medium-high-ish speed. And now real quick we'll take it to high. Don't want to leave it on high for too long because, you know, I want to try and preserve the flywheel. As running these things on high can sometimes screw up the flywheel a little bit, or like invoke it having a shorter lifespan, you know. There it is on high. It is blowing really good air though. We'll turn it off. Yeah, so as is par for the course with 5 and 6 blade flywheels of Fasco, even though this one does appear to be intact and in good shape, I am still a little wary of running this fan on its faster speeds for extended periods of time, as if this thing were to break, that would suck. Thankfully, there do exist alternatives, as I do know there are fan collectors who make metal flywheels as replacements for these, but nevertheless, I do just want to be a little cautious in the ways of running this thing on its faster speeds. Anyways, so hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. This has been a Fasco World's Fair in polished brass.